So the very word fasci actually means bundle. A bundle of individual sticks that were free and are now bundled together as one. And notice that they're bundled onto the one pole, the axe that cut them from their freedom. And if you take a look at the state seal of America, you'll realize that the symbol is actually that of the fasci, the axe and the bundle of sticks. And it's the same symbol that is used by Hermes. Hermes and Aphrodite give us hermaphroditus, which gives us our word hermaphrodite. Like the two hermaphrodite towers that were converged or united as one. Thus the reason why we have the United States, the United Nations, the United Kingdom, the European Union, always about the United Union. And that's why they tell us it's one nation under God. And of course, they united all the gods into one God. And the state seal of America says in Latin, E pluribus unum, which means out of many, one. Exactly like a clock, where the many numbers reach 12 and unite again as one, the rebirth of the one, which is actually the 13th hour. And that's why the number 13 is a symbol of death. Thus the reason they killed the Princess Di on the 13th pillar and the 13th hour, as well as the 31st day, which is the reverse of 13. And that's why they tell us that there are 13 colonies, the birth of America, or is it the death of America? So why do you think they tell us that the colonists colonized America, when the actual root meaning or the etymology of the word colony is a colon, which is an asshole. So a colony is a group of united assholes, or jackasses, which means that a colonist is one who gets screwed in the ass. So now you know why we have a colonel in the army, because a colonel is an asshole, or a colon. And he's called a colonel from the golden fertility phallic symbol of Saturn L, the penis of L. So now you know why Beavis called himself Corn Julio, or the cornhole, and he needed some teepee for his bunghole. So now you know the truth behind the 13 colonies. And that's why the Illuminati invokes the number 13 in the symbolism of the United States of America. And that's why E pluribus unum has 13 letters. And of course, the reverse, or the ass side of the seal, shows us the sex magic of the triangle in the circle, as well as the 13. And yes, Annuit Septus also has 13 letters. So yes, there was a secret destiny of America, the death of 13. And that's why we're a tyrannical, socialist government, not a free society. And the Illuminati boldly places their symbolism right under the noses of the sheeple. And that's why Hitler, Bushler, said that you're either with us or you're with the terrorists, which means you're either with us or against us. Pure socialism.
If this were a dictatorship, it'd be a heck of a lot easier. Just so long as I'm the dictator.
And that's exactly why they dictate our religion to us and make us believe in their God. And that's why Jesus says, "He who is not with me is against me." Notice the serpent S of the laurel, and also the sticks are made from birch wood, which comes from the birch forests, the evil forests of death. The birchwood sticks were used as whips to whip the slaves. Exactly like this bullwhip stick that was used for whipping slaves in the Nazi concentration camps. And then we have one of the most famous whippings in history, the whipping of Jesus. And notice that they're using the rods or the sticks. The same sticks that make up the fascist fasci of the Roman dictatorship. And it's the exact same whip that teachers used to use in school, giving lessons. Like the witchcraft school in Harry Potter, where the teachers use the whipping sticks to keep the kids in line. And that's why the magic staff or the magic wand is always used for evilness.
Nice one, James!
So the magic stick or wand is used for evilness, exactly like the stick or wands inside the fasci, the T-axe. And that's why when you kill somebody, you say, "I taxed his ass." And of course it's used as a sexual reference as well, like, "Girl, I would tax that ass." And you always gotta pay a price when you wanna tax that ass, one way or another. And that's why every one of us that are taxpayers are being screwed in the ass. And I just laugh every time I hear about the Tea Party movement, and I know the truth behind it. It just makes me sick. And what really gets my goat is that the Boston Tea Party met on the very night that the Titanic sunk, the very day that our taxes are due. And speaking about the Boston Tea Party, the Bible has the story of the parables of Jesus, a pair of bulls. And of course the parables of Jesus deals with the Pharisees and the tax collectors. And a parable or a pair of bulls is a riddle. So Jesus confronted the Pharisees about the practice of money changing, collecting taxes as a profit. And the word Pharisees in Hebrew means perushim, which means to set apart, separate, and divide.
Preach somewhere else.
Jerusalem! The faithful city! She that was full of justice has become a harlot! Stop him! Have you not heard? Has it not been told you from the beginning?
What are your multitude of sacrifices to me, says the Lord?
Again, we have the theme of cutting and chopping down the taxes or the money changers. But then the Bible contradicts itself in the parable of the talents, where Jesus casts out the unprofitable servant or slave. And we have another parable of the Pharisee and the tax collector, the two men, once again, talking about the separation. You see, the entire Bible is a metaphoric parable or a pair of bulls. Because the real meaning of the Bible is about the two seasons, astrotheology, and sex. And why do you think the Son of Man, Jesus, is confronting the money changers and the tax collectors? Because we're talking about the astrological house that the sun is in, which is Libra, the 7th month of September. And that's why it shows the symbol of the balance scale. And that's why it's called balance, the ball of the sun, and ance is the state of, which is the state of balancing, the equals or the parallels. Because in the autumn equinox, the sun starts its descent or decline. And then we have the story of Judas, who betrays the Son of Man, Jesus, by giving him a kiss, which is the kiss of death. Because the sun is in the house of Scorpio, the one that stings and kills the sun.